What up, 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 what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is up? They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike.
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting wardrobe? Y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse. And y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to stop. I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lube and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Vanzant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs because I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap, something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy. Hey. What is going on, people? What is up? What is up? What is up? It is Monday, and y'all know how Mondays are. It's a lot. We got a lot to talk about. Go ahead, start doing what you do. Hit the like button, share the video out, all of that good stuff. We got a lot to talk about. A lot going on in politics today. I got a popsicle or two. I'm going to say hey to y'all. And we're going to make it do what it do. Hold on. Oh. You say I'm giving suburban dad realness today? Okay, I'll take that. Y'all see these shoulders, right? They still oily though. Boy, that's the noob in me, boy. Them shoulders, they stay oily. Anyway, I had to give y'all a little shimmy today. A little shimmy. Anyway, let me say hey to y'all. It's the noob in me, y'all. It's the noob in me. The noob. Let me say hey to y'all, and then got my popsicle.
and then we'll be ready. Hey, Demetria. And of course, who's number 2? Coming to us all the goddamn way from Hey Chef, what's going on? One more time for Chef and his walk-up music. Coming to us, coming to class all the way from why I be back here jamming and getting it like, ow, the ghetto, ow. It do be jamming. One more time, because the beat, the beat on that thing be getting me right. I mean, one more time. All the way from the ghetto. One of our teachers' pets. All the way from the ghetto, we have Chef Don Don. I'll be over here jamming to that. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna even lie. I do. Hey, Chef. Volvo, hey, Cookie. Hey, Brown Mama. Crazy homebody girl. How are you today? Hey, Janae, my love. Antonia is here looking ravishing as always. The Informed, what's good, bruh? How's it hanging today, sir? Is it hanging to the left or to the right, sir? The Informed, how's it hanging? Left or right? Hey, Tamara. Hey, Quake. Mama Bees, what is going on? Jeannie, hey, friend. I was here yesterday, Jeannie. I went live yesterday. We had a whole silly Saturday on a Sunday yesterday. We did. Hey, La Queen. Hey, grown woman, don't try me. Ellen V. Chloe. Miss Cookie Ray. Ain't it though? Yana. Hey, girl. And yes, Yana, it's a very spiky. Very, very, very spiky. Hey, lovely one. I can't even talk. Hey, lovely 31 Blueprint. I feel like I ain't seen you in a minute. I'm glad to see you, my love. Glad to see you. Terrence, what's good, bruh? Well, we praying for you. If you come in town, let us know. We may be able to get out if I'm still in town. Yeah, y'all go hit the like button and stuff. Share the video out. Do all of the things. Hey, Cymera. Listen. Baby. The shimmy is nice. I ain't gonna even lie. The shimmy, it's nice over here. It's nice. It's nice. It is. Hey, Precious Jewel, what's going on? Harold. Hey. Right. How you get a whole song? I ain't even got a whole damn song. Ain't it though? Chow. That bass line do be hitting hard. I ain't gonna even lie. Hey, green girl, what's going on? Chow. Tiffany, what's good? Beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, hey Angela, what's going on, my love? Hey, Catherine Powell, how you doing today? Cha. It's already fall break, dear God. Anyway, y'all, if y'all ready to get this party started, hey, Lady T, one more time for the people. Okay, since y'all want it, one more time for the people. One more time. It's a whole bop. It's a whole ass vibe, y'all. I be back here getting it out, throwing it back and stuff. Ow, just in that quick 5 seconds, be over here throwing it back. Ow, ow. One more time. You gotta have a whole dance routine to it. Just in a 5-second window, you can have a whole dance routine to it. A whole 8 count in just that 5 seconds. Uh-huh. That just 5 seconds, and you have a whole dance routine. A whole dance routine. Yes, ma'am. Anyway, put a shout out in the chat. Let your boy know y'all is ready to get this party started. If y'all ain't ready, I am. Because we got a lot to cover today. We got a lot. The dossier is packed today. Hey, Xavier. Child, we over here throwing it back. Throwing it back. Ow. The ghetto. Ow, ow, ow. And then looking back at it. You got to look back at it. You can't just throw it back. You cannot throw it back without looking back at it. That is requisite. Anytime you is throwing it back, you must look back at it. Is that not like a rule or something? Is that not like a rule? Xavier, is that the rule, Xavier? When you throw it back, you got to look back. Is that not the rule, Xavier? I just want to know. I figure you would know, Xavier. I figure between you and Chef Don, y'all would know all of the rules of throwing it back. Okay? The Inform say that's the law. That's according to the Inform. I'm sure Chef Don would know when you throw it back. Don't you have to look back when you throw it back? Okay. Angela, don't you throw it back when you look back? Don't you look back when you throw it back? Child. Okay. Yes, God. Oh God, I think these popsicles gave me too much sugar. And I needed them though to regulate my sugar levels though. Anyway, y'all, we about to have a good time, as y'all already see. We are already clowning. Gotta look back at it. Wait a minute. Why all my menses said look back at it, but none of the ladies I said that you look back at it? Okay, Janae said you do got to glance at it at least once. Okay. I thought it was just as XY chromosomes. I thought none of the XX chromosomes look back at it. I was like, y'all ain't looking back, ladies. I'm just saying, ladies, are y'all not looking back at it when you throw it back? I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah. Anyway, I think we're ready. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hey, D. Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late, great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So loved the world, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. Hey, Karen. So we start off today. We start off today with the fact that multiple cities are now under siege by your president. Let me give you the latest. Now, we don't yet have National Guard troops on the ground yet. However, we do have federal law enforcement in the form of federal agents, armed federal agents on the ground in multiple cities. We're talking Chicago, Illinois. We're talking Portland, Oregon. We're talking Memphis, Tennessee. Okay. So we have multiple things now going on at one time. Now, armed federal agents, excuse me, were in Chicago just yesterday, patrolling Chicago's downtown streets. That was yesterday. Over in Portland, Oregon, your president has called up 200 National Guard troops that are being deployed into Portland, Oregon. In Memphis, we know they are in preparation for the arrival of federal armed federal agents, that being ICE agents, DEA, AFT, all of them. All of these forces are apparently going to be on the grounds. Now, let me start with Chicago, give you an update on Chicago. Federal immigration agents patrolled downtown Chicago yesterday as the Trump administration ramped up immigration crackdowns in major cities across the country. The Border Patrol agents spotted downtown were armed, masked, and camouflaged. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, said hundreds of ICE officers were downtown as part of its Midway Blitz operation in Chicago, which began on September 7th. The Chicago Sun-Times reported that agents made multiple arrests downtown, including in the River North neighborhood Sunday morning. The Department of Homeland Security said in a post on social media platform X, formerly Twitter, that 11 people were arrested outside an ICE detention facility in Broadview, Illinois on Saturday amid a large protest at the center. The social media post added that 2 guns were seized and an investigation has been opened, quote, into what appears to be some sort of explosive device, end of quote, that they found outside the facility. The rates have sparked concerns from immigration communities and outrage from Democratic lawmakers. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker called the presence of federal agents, quote, a show of intimidation that is instilling fear in our communities and hurting our businesses, end of quote. He went on to say in a post yesterday, quote, we cannot normalize militarizing American cities and suburbs. Make sure you know your rights and stay alert, end of quote. Chicago Mayor Brandon Scott said Chicago residents, quote, are being intimidated and threatened by masked federal agents flaunting automatic weapons for no apparent reason, end of quote. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Now, Gregory Bovino, who's the commander at large of U.S. Border Patrol, he said to news outlets, quote, I would say the majority are actually glad we're here. They are congratulating us, saying it's about time you're here, especially those inner city residents here in Chicago are very glad we're here because oftentimes they're up against the vast illegal immigration that took place over the past 4 years. They're the ones dealing with the violence perpetrated by illegal aliens, end of quote. Who are you talking to? Anybody here in Chicago? Hey, Uncle Jay. Anybody here in Chicago? Are y'all out there in Chicago telling the armed agents that y'all glad that they're there? Hey, Montrez, what's good, bro? I'm just trying to find out. Are y'all out there in Chicago saying y'all real glad they there? Hey, Terry, what's going on, boo? I, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Demetria. I don't know who they talking to. I really have no idea who these people are conversing with. But in Chicago, you got they were mainly yesterday along marching along Michigan Avenue, the Chicago River, and upscale neighborhoods. So they were in the affluent neighborhoods. They went down on the south side. They went over there in Cabrini Green, and they went over there where we at. They was over there where they feel like they'll get more support from the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains. A mess. A mess. A mess. Down to Portland, Oregon, your president said he ordered the 60-day deployment of Oregon National Guard troops to deal with violent protests that threaten the security of immigration detention facilities and other federal property. He said the protests, quote, constitute a form of rebellion against the authority of the government of the United States, end of quote. Protesters at recent demonstrations have numbered in the dozens and focused on the area around a single ICE building. Some federal agents have been injured and several protesters have been charged with assault. Some demonstrators also say they have been injured. Excuse me. Now, the mayor of Portland, Oregon, said that this was totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary, which is true. Very true. Very, very, very true. Um, the governor of Oregon is on the record saying, what did the governor say? Where am I at? She says she refused to call up any Oregon National Guard troops when she was asked by Trump to do so. And so he did so himself in an order to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. She's on record saying, quote, putting our own military on our streets is an abuse of power and a disservice to our communities and our service members. It is unlawful and it will make Oregonians less safe, end of quote. And that's what the Governor Kotek said. Moving on down to Memphis, let me go back to Portland. Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield said he filed a lawsuit in Oregon U.S. District Court against Donald John, Pete Hegseth, and others on behalf of the state and the city of Portland. It seeks an injunction blocking any deployment on the grounds that President Trump doesn't have authority because the situation doesn't constitute an invasion of or rebellion or a situation where federal laws can't otherwise be executed. Down to the Memphis, your president said earlier this month that he was creating a task force of federal law enforcement agencies to combat crime in Memphis. The city has experienced high numbers of violent crimes, such as carjackings and homicides in recent years, but both Democrat and Republican officials have noted that the majority Black city is seeing decreases in this year in some crime categories. Governor Lee, the governor, has publicly said he would not expect more than 150 National Guard members to be sent to Memphis, though he said the numbers aren't solidified. The city said Friday there won't be tanks. The Guard troops won't be making arrests and won't be armed unless local authorities request that. And that's according to Governor Lee. It's unclear when Guard members will arrive. Governor Lee also said 300 Tennessee Highway Patrol troopers will be in the region. Latinos in Memphis have expressed concern that ICE agents will increase their presence in Memphis and detain people who are in the country legally. On Saturday, dozens of people marched to a plaza in front of City Hall to protest the law enforcement surge. Speakers at a news conference said that instead of federal troops and agents, Memphis needs more funding for education, crime prevention, and youth services. Let me tell y'all what's going on here. Here's my question. Hey, Candace F. Hey, Lee. Here's my question. Here's my real question. Hey, Miss Bay Thang. Not look back and stick your tongue out. Like, I'm here for it, Quake. Anyway, back to what we back to what we were talking about. Oh, God be with us. But here's my thing. Last time I checked, it is not the duty of the president of these yet to be United States of America to fight crime in cities. That would be the duties and responsibilities of that local municipality leadership. Maybe if I go further, even the governor. But I don't believe in my civics classes and U.S. government and economics class, U.S. government classes, that I remember learning that it was the duty of the president to do law enforcement in cities. Here's another question, Donald John. I'm going to leave Portland and Chicago out of this because we know you don't want no parts of their governors, right? But let me go to Memphis. You do realize that the man at the helm of the highest seat in Tennessee leadership is one of your sycophants and acolytes and one of your personal fluffers. One of those Republican men who constantly slurp at the hairs growing out of your testicles, right? In all this time, Governor Lee has been in office. At no point did he ever consider that the crime rate in Memphis was just that bad that he had to deploy National Guard troops, because he does have control of the Tennessee National Guard, full control of the Tennessee National Guard at his disposal. And at no time since he's been the governor of the state of Tennessee, the volunteer state, did this man ever say, crime in Memphis is out of control. Let me send Tennessee National Guard to help with this. At no point since you've been president, sir, has the governor of the volunteer state of Tennessee sent anything in writing to you, sent the message, carrier pigeon, Morse code, an email, a tweet, a DM saying, hey, Mr. President, crime is so bad in Memphis, Tennessee, I need federal troops to come in and help. At not one point has he done that. But here the fuck we are. Here the fuck we are. You're just sending troops there. Meanwhile, you're not sending any resources to help the root of the problem. Hey, Tracy W., those mayors in cities like Baltimore and Birmingham, where we have black mayors, just like we do in Memphis, and they have been very successful in the dropping of the crime rates there. You know what they all have in common? They all say that they put more resources into community programs, into their schools, into after school programs, into resources within that community to help thwart the crime rate. They've done things to help people get jobs. They've done things to help people have resources to feed their families and to do better about themselves. Because here's a news flash, sir. If people can take care of their families and can have more resources and can do better for themselves and for their families, there tends to be less crime rate. I don't know where y'all find these people at. I'm sure I will have updates every day this week on what's going on down to American cities that are now under siege because of your president. Hey, Tari Shell, I know I just had a 5-minute rant about Governor Lee of the volunteer state of Tennessee, but I'm just saying, I have not yet seen that Republican governor nor any other Republican governor across the country say, hey, Mr. President, I need federal help running my state. Listen, Chef Don, it's just so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. In more sugar spiky news. Now I was going to do this story yesterday while we were doing, but I said we were doing Silly Saturday. There was not the time to give it. We did not have there wasn't going to be enough time to give this story everything that it needed to be given. So I allocated some time today so we can give this story all that it needs. Now, backstory. Here we have Dr. Ian Roberts, who is the superintendent of schools in the Des Moines public school system for the Des Moines public schools in Des Moines, Iowa. He's been at the Des Moines public schools since 2023. That's for the last 2 years. Now, he was arrested and detained by ICE, who said that they had issued him a final removal order last year. According to DHS, they're saying that Dr. Roberts came to the U.S. on a student visa in 1999 and allegedly tried to evade arrests. Now, they tried to detain this man. They claimed that he ran from them and fled and so forth and so on. Now, there are updates to this story, so I need y'all to pay attention. There are some updates to this story that we will get today. Now, according to the school district, right? Where's that information? Hold on. Where's Tracy C when I need her? Somebody go down to the members only chat and tell Tracy C that I'm looking for her. Somebody go down there to Tracy C and tell her I'm looking for her, or any of my other HR experts, because we did go and get additional information. Now, hold on, where's my information? I'm going to pull up everything that I had so I don't miss nothing. Okay. So the Des Moines Public Schools did confirm in a statement that Dr. Roberts did complete the documentation required for teaching in Iowa schools, including the I-9 employment eligibility verification. He was also licensed by the Iowa Board of Educational Examiners in 2023, in July of 2023, according to the district. The district also said that everything that they sent to the federal government in terms of his I-9, tax purposes, and whether or not he was cleared to work in these yet to be United States of America was cleared by the federal government. Again. Uh-huh. Again. Now, I listen, this part I'm sure all of the records will come out. But according to his biography and all of the information that he has given, his parents were born in Guyana. He was born in Brooklyn, New York. I'm sure at some point somebody will find, because if he was born in Brooklyn, New York, he would have a New York birth certificate. I'm sure at some point somebody will pull that up. But according to him, his resume, his bios, and all of the information available, his parents were born in Guyana. He was born in Brooklyn, New York. He did participate in the 2000 Olympics in track and field for the country of Guyana, which many U.S. citizens do if their parents are from another country. So that's not something that's not common. Now, he went to Coppin State. I'm very in tune. He pledged Cap Alpha Psi at Coppin State, and I'm very in tune with the brothers at Coppin State. And I spoke with one of the brothers who was there at Coppin State with them and pledged around the same time. He was in the chapter with him. But all I know is they all confirmed that everything that they had was that he was born in Brooklyn. And that's from talking to the bros over at Coppin State. And that's the I know that chapter. That's the Zeta Gamma chapter. And great friend of mine is in that chapter. I know several of the brothers over there. Hey, Paul. It sounds like it to me, Brown Mama. I know we will certainly get to the bottom of this. All of this stuff about when he was arrested before because he had a knife and a firearm, that's of no consequence to this. They're just bringing that up as a smear campaign. It's turned into a whole smear campaign. Okay. Now, the database for ICE lists Guyana as his place of birth. We'll find out. He has worked in all over the country, in Washington, D.C., in Baltimore, in St. Louis, and in Erie, Pennsylvania. Now, the Des Moines public school system, as we know, is the largest public school system in Iowa. Well, here's the update. The update is that on Saturday, because now you got this man working in a red state, a blue district in a red state, but now that blue district is going to get pressure from that red governor, that red state legislature, that now is going to say, we're not getting on the bad side of President Donald John, make this shit go away. So what did they do? He was detained on the 26th. The Des Moines School Board placed him on paid leave. They placed him on paid leave the next day, the 27th, which was Saturday. The Iowa Board of Education examiners revoked his license yesterday, the 28th, on Sunday. This morning, the school district said that they learned that they had learned about the revocation of his education license by the Iowa Board of Education and Examiners. That happened yesterday. And so they took action to place him on unpaid administrative leave, retroactive to um, yesterday being the date of the decision of the revocation of his license. And they say that that action is required by law. Mm-hmm. Yep. All this. Yep. All this. Mind you, like I told you, the district did everything that they were supposed to do. They did all of the I-9s and the W-4, all of that stuff. Everything checked out and cleared. I just want to know. I just want to know what this man, because you know what this is. What this is them making, they love to try to make examples. And unfortunately, this goes back to what I've been screaming from the beginning. You did not believe that this was going to stop with the Hispanic and Latinx community. There was no way we could have believed that. And now we're already doing the electric slide down this slippery slope. Once that you turned a blind eye and said this wasn't our issue, when they did it to the Hispanic and Latinx community and continue to do it to them, you already started down the slippery slope. Now we're just doing the electric slide and the cha-cha slide down this slippery slope. You cannot put the toothpaste back in the tube. And you're going to see more and more. I've been screaming this from the beginning. You're going to start to see more and more Black people affected by this. Mm-mm. They want the cruelty on full display. Here's what they're really doing. Y'all want me to tell you what they're really doing? Let me tell you what they're doing. Come to the whiteboard, Black people. Come to the whiteboard, Black people. The entirety of the Black diaspora, the entirety of of those of us in the Black delegation. You know what's happening right now, and we're failing at it. They're testing your gangster. That's what they're doing. They're testing your gangster. They are testing the Black community to see if we actually are our ancestors, if we have the resolve, the temerity, the tenacity, the cojones that our ancestors had. Because let's be clear, our ancestors faced sudden death. Our ancestors faced jailing. Our ancestors faced being maimed. Our ancestors faced having their families uprooted. Our ancestors faced all types of atrocities and still stood in the face of it all and said, fuck you, I'm going to stand up to you, because what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to be weak. I'm not going to cower before you. You do not put fear in my heart. And they stood flat-footed. And what they're testing right now, what they're doing is they're testing Black people. And they're saying, do you have the same gangster as your ancestors? Because your ancestors were about that life, and you people have lived a cushiony life. You've had it great. You've joined the middle class. Many of you all have joined upper middle class, and some even are in the 3 comma club. There are more black people in the 3 comma club now than ever before. You all get to go to college. You get to have careers and be in our businesses with us and sit in corner offices like we are. You have all of these things. You got movies and books and shit. You have people in the Senate, more black politicians than you ever had. We gave y'all stinking asses a black president. We gave you a fucking black woman vice president. You've lived a cushiony life. You've lived the American dreams. You ain't built like your ancestors. You ain't made for this fight, but we are. Because as people descended from the Caucasus Mountains, we never ceased from being racist, bigoted, and discriminatory. You were stupid enough to think that racism was on the decline. We lured you into a false sense of security so that you could believe that you were okay. And now that you've lived this cushiony life, now that you have lived in what your ancestors would call the lap of luxury, you are not willing to give that up. And we will fear monger you into staying your black asses in the house, into saying we won't go out there and protest, into saying I won't post nothing on social media that my boss might see, into saying, oh no, I can't do that. I got to protect everything I have. We have fear mongered you into living in your cushiony lives, your cushiony houses. Everything is nice, everything is wonderful, and you're not willing to give that up. Not. And we know you're not. So when we tell you we're going to put the military in your cities, we dare you to come out and protest. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to go on social media and tell all the other blacks, don't go out there. You're going to get arrested. Don't put that on social media. You might get fired. You're going to do the work for us. We don't have to do anything. We've done enough fear mongering already. You're going to go out there and say, no, this is the Hispanic people problem. This ain't got nothing to do with us. No, this is the immigrants' problem. They ain't going to do nothing to us. And now we're here. Now we're here. And what are we going to do? Hell, people in the highest levels of government that look like us are capitulating to this fuck shit, bending the knee, and fucking going full hashtag Bohica. What are they supposed to think we're going to do? You got the Hakeem Jeffrieses of the world putting out strongly written letters. We got people all over the place saying, no, just stay in your homes. You don't want to risk being arrested. You don't want to, just all of that. But here we are. Here the fuck we are. Here we are. They've already tested our resolve, and we have not passed the test. Hey, butterfly. That's the point that I'm making, Fran. They've evolved their tactics. Absolutely have. The trap was set up for decades. They played the long game. They set up the trap, and we fell for it. We did. And now you're going to get more and more and more of this. What are we going to do? I'm sorry I had to go off on a tangent and lay it out like that. But sometimes we need it laid out. Sometimes it has to be laid out for us. That's why, if y'all remember, from November 6th even to this very day, September, from November 6th, 2024 to this very day, September 29th, 2025. What have I been screaming? This ain't the time to say sit the fuck down. Have I not been saying that? When these people said, "Oh, we tired." You really? You tired now? While you were tired resting, these people were doing this stuff. And now we also live in a group of people who are now saying, well, I'm just worried about me and my own, damn everybody else. Long as my house is okay, I don't care. But then when it hits their house, they're going to want all of the other members of the community to rally around them. And that's dangerous. Whenever we say we're going to be siloed, sit in our house, I'm just concerned about me and my household, or I'm going to close my door and not be bothered. When they come busting your door down, you then can't come and say, oh, but I need the community to help me now. No, that's not how that works. Community is worked together always. And that's how the Black community was able to thrive, because we have been a community. We didn't just say, I'm going to close my door and only worry about my own. We worried and were concerned about the entirety of the community. And we have gotten these places. People done moved out to the suburbs. People done got a little bit of change. People done got their 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure jobs and said, I'm not losing this for nobody, thinking that was going to buffer them from the fuck shit that it means to be Black in this country. And in a lot of cases, we've lost community. That's the question right there, Quake. I went off on a tangent. Let me move on, because y'all know I can slide down this road and I could go for another 20 or 30 minutes coming out of my body and losing my mind. And I got a whole dossier to get through. An entire dossier has to be gotten through. An entire dossier has to be gotten through. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. All right. Sorry about that. So we talked yesterday about the story of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, Michigan, where somebody ran their car into the church and then pulled out an assault rifle and started shooting at people. We talked about that yesterday, right? Well, the shooter was MAGA, had a Trump flag in his was in front of his residence. Of course, it was a trailer. I shouldn't say. I should not make blanket broad, stereotypes. But he did live in a trailer and had a Trump flag outside of said trailer. Did he was a MAGA nut? There's the update. I believe at this point, there were two people. There are two people who've lost their lives, and several others were injured that they've accounted for thus far. The gunman is also he was He was killed by law enforcement. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Yep. Just wanted to give you that update. He is a Marine vet if you need him. He is a veteran of the Marines. Did a deployment in Iraq in Iraq. Uh-huh. No, we're not surprised. Mm-hmm. 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 So listen. Here we are. Here we are. Karen said we only got 77. We got over 80 watching and 34 likes. What's our likes looking like? Please hit the like button. Y'all know we do good work over here. At least hit the like button, or if you want to hit the dislike button, hit one of them. One of them. Yeah, child. You know they never want to claim their own, but that's why they hit that report from the DOJ and the FBI about the fact that most of the mass shooters are right wing. In more news, of course, they say they're coming after all of their political opponents, and why should it stop now? Well, Fani is finding herself in the mix. The U.S. Department of Justice issued a subpoena for records related to Fani Willis, the Georgia prosecutor who criminally charged President Donald John related to his efforts to overturn his 2020 presidential election loss to President Joe Biden. According to NBC News, the DOJ is seeking records of her travel history. However, it is unclear if she is the target of an inquiry or facing charges. Now, the DOJ's inquiry into her comes as Donald John has pressured um, the DOJ to go after his political opponents and foes, including former FBI Director James Comey, who opened up an investigation into Donald John's presidential campaign and possibly coordination with Russia's interference in the 2016 presidential election. We know he just recently got indicted. Mm-hmm. We know he fired the U.S. attorney in New York because he said he couldn't find anything to bring Letitia James up on charges for. Mm-hmm. 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 How this is not, all of these people said, we're going down the road. We are in the authoritarian dictatorship. When the government does things like this and uses the wheels of justice and uses taxpayer money and uses the government itself to go after its opponents, you're in a whole fucking banana republic. A mess. Just a goddamn mess. In more sugar spiky news. Well, the man you're seeing right there is Republican businessman Bill Berrien. Mm-hmm. He's a MAGA nut and a full-fledged supporter of President Donald John. He was running for governor of the great state of Wisconsin. Why are you saying he was running for governor, L. Teddy? I'm glad you asked. He ended his campaign this past Friday, days after it was reported that he followed numerous sexually explicit accounts online, including a non-binary pornography performer. Mr. Berrien, a former Navy SEAL and one of three announced prominent Republican candidates, issued a lengthy statement saying, quote, I had no idea that running for political office could be almost as dangerous as hunting down war criminals in Bosnia. End of quote. He then concluded that he could not win the Republican primary. He has, according to sources, he has an account on the online platform Medium.com where he followed non-binary performer Jiz Lee and several other authors of sexually explicit essays. He also followed publications which are similar to blogs that dealt with exploring sexuality, including having relationships with multiple partners. Jiz Lee issued a statement Thursday calling Mr. Berrien a hypocrite. Several prominent Republicans have been calling for him to drop out of the race. It's also been found that he was following and liking several other trans sex performers. Yet, Mr. Berrien was one of the key, is a key Trump supporter and ally, saying that trans people should be wiped off the face of the earth. Hey, Miss Shorty B. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Now, this story is so, I don't know why I find this story so funny to me. Now, the Wisconsin Democratic Party spokesperson, Phil Schulman, um, said that he believes that they found this information on Mr. Berrien because they looked into his background and said that Mr. Berrien had some past criticism of Trump. And since he had some past criticism of Trump, but now was professing to be a Trump sycophant and acolyte and a member of the Church of Donald Trump and Latter-day Saints, that they went and drudged up some old information and used that against him. They also said that in the primaries last year, Mr. Berrien supported Nikki Haley and not Donald John, and that's all they needed to get all of the information that they needed. Sir, they doing you just like they did Madison. What's his face? Well, I can't think of that man name that was in the wheelchair that was in Congress that they forced him out when the pictures came out with him laid up with his boo thing. Girl, I ain't got nothing to do with it, y'all. I have nothing to do with it. Mr. Berry, I don't know what to tell you. Sir, what do you want from us? That's your people. Cawthorn, thank you, Madison Cawthorn. Couldn't think of his name. Hey, Felicia Boo, what's going on? Madison Cawthorn. Remember, he was laid up with his little boo thing. They were stroking each other off, and the people lost their damn minds. I mean, I don't know where Nimrata is right now. She's somewhere trying to be relevant somewhere with that husband of hers who was cheating on her left, right, and sideways, and she was cheating on him. Remember, we did the whole story about her and her husband cheating on each other left, right, and sideways? Child girl. Mr. Berrien, Miss Shorty B said, she said go with God.
Go with God. Go with God, Crispy.
In better news, coming out of the great state of Wisconsin, that young man right there, that young piece of chocolate, is Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley, or Crowley. He is the top elected official in Milwaukee County. And he has announced his bid for Wisconsin governor just last week. saying his background and experience in office make him uniquely prepared for this job. He is a Democrat. Is. And he's 39 years old and vying to become the state's first black governor. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Now we have from now until next August before the primaries, but we're here for this black man. We'll do some more homework on you, David Crowley, as we get closer. We'll do more homework on the or all of the candidates for the Democratic primary down to the great state of Wisconsin, or as I used to call it as a little boy, West Cousin. Anyway, hey Ravine, ain't he though? Hell, I mean Xavier, you see it, don't you, Xavier? I'm gonna have to go look. We're gonna have to do some more homework on him, Xavier. Xavier, go do some homework. Go do some research on him. Okay. Let me put his name in the chat for you, Xavier. Xavier, I expect you to go do your homework on him and get us some nice stuff on him. Xavier, go do what you do. Thank you, sir. Anyway, in more news, now this story came from Quake. Quake gave me this story. Let's put this in the members only chat yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. Quake, when did you put this in the members only chat? Was that yesterday? I think it was yesterday. And now we may not even be able to go to Publix no more, y'all. Girl, we can't go nowhere. We can't have nothing. Girl, we can't go to Walmart. We can't go to Target. Now y'all telling me I can't go to Publix. That's where I draw the line. You telling me I can't go to Publix is where I draw the goddamn line. I mean, I'm not gonna draw the line. Y'all know my boycott game is sickening. Hey, Complex 613. That's what I said, Angela. We need Xavier to go do what he do. Child. Listen, Xavier, I might have to do a members only live. Marco Rubio been gay since the 90s in fucking Miami. You know how much intel it is about Marco Rubio and the Latino gays down to the Miami? Girl, they got that bitch all up in the punk bar and everything, dancing with the girls. Down to the punk bar. That is well known in Miami. Well known. The girls were surprised when he claimed he had a wife and shit. Hey, Cams, where you been, boo? Child, Marco Rubio been with the girls a long time. A long time. Child. We need you to get us some good pictures of David. Go ahead. Do what you do, Xavier. The members only chat is waiting. Anyway, everybody say hey to my boo, Cams. Everybody say hey to my boo. Hey, Cams. Anyway, so now we can't even go to Publix, y'all. I got 2 videos. So they're having the Black Book Bash in Jacksonville. Here's the backstory. They're having the Black Book Bash in Jacksonville. I believe it's this coming weekend. This weekend coming up. And the weekend of the 3rd through the 5th. And so Publix had signed on to be the title sponsor of the event, but then they pulled out just last week Monday, saying that they didn't want to because of the climate and this president and the administration, they didn't want to put their name behind it and so forth. And now many black people are saying, what the heck? Now we got to boycott Publix. I'm gonna show 2 videos to give y'all more insight and details. Here's the first video.
What up, book people? I haven't made a video in a minute, primarily because I've been insanely busy working on Black Book Bash, but I just wanted to come on here real quick and offer a little bit more context. First and foremost, Latasha and I, we pulled credit cards and personal funds this week to make sure that we are still able to put on an amazing event. So I don't want anyone who plans on attending to be too concerned. We have worked out contingencies behind the scenes. As with any major event, we had a team reaching out, obtaining sponsorships to offset the expenses. Publix was one of the companies that was contacted. There were multiple conversations back and forth and Zooms that led to an agreement of the title sponsorship with exclusivity. We provided all the necessary paperwork, including a contract. And at that point, we were waiting for it to be finalized and for funds to be transferred when we received an email this past Monday that stated that they could not move forward due to the current climate and that they were pausing all new sponsorships. Keeping it a buck, on one hand, I get it because it is a way for them to stay neutral. But alternatively, and maybe just simply because it impacts us directly, it's like, can't you just still honor your word and be anonymous? But we couldn't focus on that. So we just had to do what we had to do to make sure that the Hyatt got their money so that the event continued. Our community came in clutch with support coming from NAB2, Kennedy Ryan. And like I said, Latasha and I used a lot of personal funds. We know the country we live in and we are used to the obstacles and roadblocks, direct and indirect. But the good news is this is an event that is led by 2 Black women and we will always get it done. The event is still going to be amazing. Y'all may not be getting t-shirts, but everything else will be just as amazing as originally planned. We will see you guys next weekend at the Literary Family Reunion. It will be here in Jacksonville, Florida, in a state where Black books are banned at an all-time high. We are bringing them center stage. We're going to love on these Black authors through 85 panels discussing their work. We have your favorite Black book influencers pulling up, moderating these discussions. We're going to play some spades. We're going to play dominoes. We're going to have a time at a family reunion. And if you would still like to donate, you can do that at blackbookbash.com. We thank you so much for all of your support. We thank you for the love that you've given us the past 3 months, and we will see you next weekend.
That's the first video. Here's one more video, and then I'll give my commentary.
With everything going on, you would think these corporations would be trying to avoid losing so much fucking money. First, it was Target that had to fuck around and find out. Then Disney ABC. And now Publix, yeah, let me get it to you. We already know 2 things about Publix. They're conservative and they back this administration. But there is the Black Book Bash, a literary family reunion happening in Jacksonville, Florida next weekend. And it is basically this large celebration of Black authors across all genres. Now, they are using the largest hotel in Jacksonville to have this event, which tells you how stacked it's going to be. A bunch of Black authors, a bunch of Black book talk influencers, so on and so forth. Now, the Black Book Bash was looking for sponsors because throwing events like this is really expensive. So Publix not only agreed to be a sponsor, they wanted exclusivity. So the Black Book Bash was like, okay, if you want to be the only sponsor, you're going to have to pay that motherfucking money. And Publix was like, bitches, you calling me broke? Run it. Now, the Black Book Bash is again next weekend. Why did Publix send an email on Monday stating due to the volatile climate that we are in, they are rescinding their offer to be a sponsor and they are rescinding that offer indefinitely after asking for exclusivity? So now the people that are putting on the Black Book Bash have had to take on the fee that Publix did not cover. That don't sound like sabotage. That don't sound like a disruption of events and funds to y'all. We're going to see how this play out for Publix. And I'm thinking based off Target's track record, based off Disney and ABC, and based off the way the people are standing on all 10 toes, it's probably not going to bode well. Y'all know I was deep into the tea investigating. Tell me why the young woman that is putting on this event, Casey, had to use her personal credit cards. Because the Hyatt was like, girl, you've been signed this contract. We can't give you no extension. So she had to come out of her own fucking pocket. So I'm borrowing a concept from my friend Deontay Kyle, the power of $1. I want to see what the power of $1 can do this weekend for Casey. Mind you, I'm going to donate $500. I'm going to try and donate more next week. I just moved, so I ain't really got it like that. But I'm going to donate $500 this week. I want to see what happens when all of us come together. If y'all can, use the link in my link tree. Donate to this event. I wish I knew about it sooner. I would just be there in person. So I'm sorry to Casey, but girl, we're going to do what we can. In Publix, fuck y'all, big time.
Y'all know I loves me some Publix now. However, If you know, like I know, you knew it was just a matter of time before Publix reared its ugly racist head. Publix, founded by William Jennings in Lakeland, Florida. I believe it was in Lakeland, somewhere around Lakeland. I think it was in Lakeland. Um, George Jenkins. I said William Jennings. Dear God, George Jenkins. Dear God, I said William Jennings. Founded by George Jenkins. I really said William Jennings, who's a famed dead politician. George Jenkins founded Publix. Publix has been racist for a long time. If you know the history of Publix, ain't no Publixes in no black areas. They don't do that shit. Publix don't put itself in black areas. Publix, if you see a Publix in a black area, what happened is that area wasn't black when it was first opened, and maybe over time more black people moved into that area and the Publix just was doing well enough and just didn't close. But Publix don't play that shit. They don't. They're not going into your areas. They're not doing that. That's one. Two, there was a lawsuit against Publix from the state of Florida back in the day where Publix would not hire black people and had to be forced to hire black people. So not only were there no Publixes in black neighborhoods, and to this day you could look and still find that, especially in Florida itself. Publix had to be forced, George Jenkins and Publix had to be forced to hire black people. Did. And they had one of the George Jenkins' daughters is on the board. She's completely MAGA. We did a story a few years ago about her on this platform. If y'all remember, his daughter is completely MAGA, and we did a whole story about her donating not only her personal money, but parts of public shares and stocks to the Trump campaign. That was back in the 2020 election. We did that story. It was only a matter of time before Publix reared its ugly head. But damn, Publix is like right there around the corner. So now where can I go? Whole Foods. I heard Kroger ain't too much better. Where do I have to go? Like Whole Foods or so? I don't know. Y'all let me know where the fuck I got to go now. I mean, I got a news flash. When you get to these major conglomerates, everybody in the C-suites are generally MAGA. If you remember that, Cabs, I did have to drag her for everything she was worth. We don't drag people as much as we used to, but back in the day, y'all, we used to be over here dog walking people. I don't like Aldi because they don't got no bags and stuff, and their food don't look as good. You go over there down to the vegetable section, and you be like, "Ooh, I don't even want to touch that." I went to an Aldi's, it was like gnats and stuff flying around. I didn't know what was happening. And then it was like, well, you got to pay for these good bags, or you just put it in your car without no bags. I was like, what? Trader Joe, I can go to Trader Joe's. Oh, God. So now we got to go way over yonder down by the riverside. Jesus God. We ain't gonna have nothing. We ain't gonna have nothing. Right, a good pub sub go a long way. A good chicken tender sub. Can I get one last chicken tender sub before I start this good boycott? I'm just saying. Can I get one last chicken tender sub, public sub, before I do this boycott? Trader Joe's is where I gotta go. Okay, Trader Joe's, Whole Food. I mean, that's right. I mean, it's like way over yonder, down by the riverside. The closest Trader Joe's. Oh, Jesus. Where's let me see. Trader Joe's near me. The closest one is 4.6 miles away in Marietta. Or I could, there's one way down there, but that's a little further. Oh, God. Let me see where the closest Whole Foods is. The closest Whole Foods is also 4.7 miles from me. Jesus God. I'm living up in the ain't no black owned stuff up here. I got to go way down in the hood to go to the black owned grocery stores. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord. I'll be down to the Trader Joe's then. God, Lord. Anyway, that made me sad for the day. Fuck you, Publix. In more sugar spiky news, I told you it's Monday, y'all. Child. Where was you at earlier when I was calling for you, Tracy C, when I was needed to ask you about the I-9 forms that the people said that they had on file for Dr. Roberts? Baby, I got a Publix that is that is less than half a mile from me. Less than half a mile. I think it's 0.3 miles from my house. God. You know, Tiffany, I'm up here where you at in that area, in the Sandy Springs area. Right, Trader Joe's is way down there. Cha. Kroger is real far from me. The closest Kroger, he ain't even a Walmart by me. Walmart and Kroger are not near me at all. Anyway, hey, Jason, what's good, bro? I feel like I ain't seen you in a while. I might not be paying attention though. So this is where my Maryland people, because this happened down to the Maryland, okay? A black officer from Maryland says he was fired from Prince George's County police department in retaliation after he refused to arrest a black man for recording the violent arrest of his mother, who was being abused for flipping off a white cop in 2019. Muhammad Magasuba, who was fired in 2021 and is now the police chief of the nearby Capitol Heights Police Department, filed a lawsuit against several Prince George's County police officers in 2023, alleging racial discrimination and creating a hostile work environment for the African immigrant. The trial began this week and may set a precedent for police accountability. Quote, they tried to coerce him into changing his witness statement that he made that night to justify the use of force that is reflected in the video to protect the white officer. He refused to do so. He chose integrity over institutional loyalty, end of quote. And that's according to his attorney, Jordan Howlett. The lawsuit states that the Prince George's County Police Department has a long history of racial profiling against citizens and racial discrimination against black police officers. In 2020, the county issued a $20 million settlement to the family of a black man killed by Prince George's County police officers. And in 2022, the department issued a $400,000 settlement to the black family of a black police officer who was in plain clothes when he was killed by a white fellow cop in what was described as, quote, friendly fire, end of quote. Despite his years of stellar service and performance within the PGCPD, Officer Magasuba's troubles began when he refused to lie to protect a white officer who used an unjustified amount of force during an unlawful arrest of a civilian of color, specifically a black woman who was simply walking home from the store one night with her son. The son recorded the unfortunate encounter with his cell phone, a copy of which was later posted online to the DMV Black Lives Matter Twitter page. Named in the lawsuit are Prince George's County police officers Angela Lane, Jeffrey W. Walden, Sonny A. Mrotek, Robbie W. Lovely, and Sean J. Waddy, as well as Prince George's County itself. There is video of the video of this arrest. We don't need to go into that, but the lawsuit, because I know we're gonna come against it, but the lawsuit goes in great detail about all of the things and ways that they tried to pressure and coerce him into changing his testimony to say that the force on that black woman was necessary, and he chose not to. He ended up being fired, I should say, going over to the next county, and is now the police chief of that police department. I'm glad that he that this ended well for him. However, whoever his lawyer is, Mr. Howlett, you need to protect this man, because what's going to happen is, knowing that he's an African immigrant, you think they ain't going to try to do to him what they're trying to do to Dr. Ian Roberts and make an example out of him? I'm just saying. Hey, Lady D, they're going to try to make an example out of him. Hey, Magical Mermaid. So, y'all need to protect him. Hey, y'all need to protect this man, because I'm telling you, there will be retaliation. You know, police police unions, they're like the freaking mob. They are. In our last sugar spiky story of the day, God be with us. So remember, we reported on the fact that Ryan Walters, superintendent of the state of Oklahoma schools, was forcing the Trump Bibles into public schools all over the great state of Oklahoma. Well, included in said Bibles is the Constitution. However, that Constitution is missing the 11th through 27th amendments. It only has the first 10 amendments to Bill of Rights. And people are saying, well, why wouldn't you want the other amendments to the Constitution in there? And their response was, because they said, quote, the decision was made to only include the original founding fathers' documents, as amendments 11 through 27 were added at later dates, end of quote. Y'all ain't want no parts of 13, 14, and 15 in there, right? No. No parts of 13, 14, and 15 in there. You also wanted no parts of number 22 in there either, right? Which says that the president can only have 2 terms. You also wanted no parts of number 19 that gave women the right to vote. 13, the abolishment of slavery. No. No, we don't want no parts of that. No, sir. No, sir. The 14th Amendment which gave citizenship to all black people. The one that Donald Trump is trying to abolish, the birthright amendment. We want no parts of that. Nope. The 15th Amendment that gave black men the right to vote. We don't want no parts of that, right? No, we don't want no parts of that. Nope. No. Why would we want that? But we do want to make sure that we put Donald John's name on the front of these Bibles, because we want to let you know that you are part of the Church of Donald John and the Latter-day Saints. His name should be more prominent than the name of the good Lord himself. The man ain't had nothing to do with the writing of the Bible, the interpretation of the Bible, nothing to do with it, but he slapped his name all over it. I'm just saying. Anyway, moving on. In some not so good news, we have to report on the death of one of the last remaining Tuskegee Airmen, Lieutenant Colonel George E. Hardy. One of the last surviving Tuskegee Airmen has died at the age of 100. He was the youngest member of the Tuskegee Airmen and was only 19 when he flew a combat plane in his first mission in Europe. After completing 21 missions during World War II, he went on to fly over 100 combat missions during the Vietnam and Korean Wars. The Tuskegee Airmen Incorporated National Office posted a tribute to him on social media this past Friday. As a member of this historical group, he was among the first African Americans to serve in the U.S. Army as pilots. A storied career, life and legacy. He will be missed. And we will celebrate him as we do all of our ancestors and heroes of the Black diaspora. George E. Hardy dead at the age of 100. In more news, as we dive out of the dossier and into, out of the Sugar Spike segment and deeper into the dossier, Bad Bunny has been selected to do the Super Bowl halftime show. Here's a question. Is ICE going to be waiting for him when he exits the stage? Now, some of y'all are saying, but he's Puerto Rican, El Teddy. That makes him American. They don't give a damn. All they want to know is whether or not you have the right skin tone for them. His last name is Ocasio. The man's name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio. And that's enough right there for ICE to say, we don't give a damn. The shit sound too Hispanic for us. Come over here. We'll come get in these cuffs. Let us slam you to the ground. Now, they're going to let him do this halftime show and make all of this money. And as soon as he exits stage left, ICE will be waiting for him to slam him to the ground. Now, we reported last week that the man said that he wasn't doing none of his tour dates down to the U.S. because he's scared y'all gonna arrest all of his fans, because y'all don't give a damn to check to see if these people are actual U.S. residents or not, or U.S. citizens or not. Y'all don't give a damn. You look, oh, you're a little too dark. Oh, your last name is Rodriguez, Martinez, Gonzalez, Garcia, Ocasio. No. We ain't having none of that shit. Come over here, get body slammed to the ground. You're going to ICE detention centers. You know what I want him to do? I want him to do the entire halftime show in Spanish. Don't sing a fucking word of English. Give a big middle finger to the entirety of Trump, his administration, ICE and everything. Do your big one, bruh. Girl, do the whole shit in Spanish. All in Spanish. Force them bitches to put subtitles or whatever they're gonna listen. Do the whole fucking thing in Spanish. I need you to have Mexican flags on one side of the field, Venezuelan flags on another side of the field, Colombian flags on another side of the field, Brazilian flags on just all of it, Mexican flag, all of it. We need all of it. Do your big one, bruh, and give a big fuck you to all of these people, because white America is not going to be here for it. They're already not here for it. White America has already said, why the fuck would you have him or there? I'm just saying. Do the whole thing. Just go all out. Be here for all. I'm here for all of it. All of it. You know, white America is real bad about it. They're going to find a way. Listen, they're going to say, but doesn't he need a visa to come over here? He's fucking Puerto Rican. That gives him American citizenship. But these fucking idiots in positions of power, they wouldn't know anything about that because they're fucking stupid. Right. Kiss a man and a woman on stage. And when you kiss him, throw your whole tongue down his good throat, okay? What do you have to lose? The man is one of the biggest artists on the face of the globe, okay? One of the biggest artists on earth. What are they going to do to you? You already said you're not coming over here for no parts of your tour, so you ain't losing no money at all. I'm just saying. I'm here for all of it. All of it. Baby Terrence, they are over here pulling hairs out and windmilling because this man done got it. I'm here for all of it. All of it. All in Spanish. Not a word of English. Not one word. And I need whole section, like every section in every corner of the field, because they probably had the stage in the middle of the field. Every corner, every section of the field should have a different Hispanic or Latin country's flag just waving, bitches, whores. And at the end, put, I will vote for Donald Trump, not. Something like that. You know, at the end, in that bitch with, I will vote for Donald Trump, not, and a big middle finger to everybody. I would be here for all of that shit. All of it. Now this gonna erupt into January 6th part 2. I'm telling y'all, I am here for the shits, lovely true red girl. I'm here for it. Girl. Lord. Listen, I will vote for Donald Trump, not. Let that be your only word in English, not. Oh, God. It's going to be so hilarious. I'm here for it. All of it. All of it. We'll be watching. Hopefully his little fine self will be in various stages of undress. I'm not going to be happy, Bad Bunny, until you take your whole shirt off and show all your muscles and stuff. I'm not going to be happy until that happens. I'm just saying. Oh, we is going to be on the cruise. Oh, girl. Oh, we gonna be on the cruise watching it. Wait. I forgot. Girl, we all gonna be on the cruise watching it. Yes. We gonna be drunk. We gonna be so drunk. Woo! Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so funny. Right, I need him half naked. Just soon as you come on, just take your shirt off. Matter of fact, you don't even need to come out there with no shirt on. I'm just saying. Anyway, here we are. Right, you thought they was mad about Kendrick Lamar? Oh, baby, they finna burn the whole. Listen, where's the Super Bowl at this year? Let's see. Where is the Super Bowl? Okay, the Super Bowl is going to be. Okay, you ain't answered my fucking question. Oh, New Orleans. It's in New Orleans. No, that was this past year. It's in it's in San Francisco at the 49ers Stadium, at Levi's in San Francisco, and Santa Clara at my beloved 49ers Stadium. Here for all of it. And y'all in the wrong city to try to fuck shit, because San Francisco is about that life. Y'all in the wrong area to try to fuck shit, MAGA nuts. Anyway, the people are losing their minds, y'all, because that's supposed to be Tina. Do I need to make this bigger for y'all so y'all can see? Hold on, let me see if I can make this bigger for y'all. See, that is supposed to be Tina. That's supposed to be our girl Tina. That's supposed to be Tina Turner. I needed to make it bigger so y'all could see what that. Girl, baby. Now they unveiled this 10-foot statue in Brownsville, Tennessee, of what they said was supposed to be Tina Turner. Girl, I cannot. I don't know what Tina Turner that is, but that ain't the Tina Turner that we know and love, okay? Can I just say that? That's not the Tina Turner that we know and love. Now I don't know who that is, but that ain't the Tina Turner that we all know and love. Ain't. Who is that woman? Who is that? It looked like some little girl with a Tina Turner costume on. That looked almost worse than the Dwayne Wade statue. Up. So Jeff said, "What is that? What is that? What is that wig?" Oh my God, that wig. Wig. Shout out to Wig. Wig was gonna make her appearance today. Shout out to Wig. Wig. Girl, the people said, what is that wig? Wig. They don't know what that is. I don't know who's responsible for this, but it's a 10-foot tall statue. Oh. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Neo finds himself in the news because y'all people continuing to get out of hand and y'all don't know how to stay off the stage when people are on stage. Here's the video. Why y'all be getting up on these stages? Why, God? Stay y'all ass up off the stage. Let the people do their concert and just and go on. We didn't pay to see y'all asses. We didn't pay to see you, sir. Sir, who are you? Y'all ain't gonna be happy till y'all get y'all ass fucked up. And then y'all gonna be ready to sue somebody. Like, sir, get your ugly ass off the fucking stage. And I'm not talking about Neo when I say ugly ass. I mean, that is interchangeable for Neo. But, sir, other ugly motherfucker with the white shirt and the shorts, get your ass off the fucking stage. Didn't he yoke his ass off the stage? Like, right, who are you? Where you came from? Like, bruh man on the fifth floor, from the fifth floor. Look at that ass. Just rolled up on stage. Get your ass down. Girl. Right. Just have a good time. Xavier, you like Drewski. Nobody is paying attention to you in your judgment. He do have some good songs. The man is an excellent writer. He's a great writer. I mean, his little 48 little girlfriends and wives seem to love him, so that's all that matters. Anyway, moving on. Sir, go with Scott. This is famed boxer Terrence Crawford. Now, he was held at gunpoint by police in Omaha, Nebraska. He was forced out of a car at gunpoint by police officers, and it was caught on video. I'm not going to play the video because these videos are very triggering, and this is trauma porn for white people and the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains. So I'm not going to play the video, but the video circulated real quickly. Now they said that they pulled him over for reckless driving or whatnot, but they came to the door with a fucking gun drawn and shit. Now he just recently was in won a boxing match and stuff like that. Has several titles. He's undefeated. He's 42-0. He just beat Canelo Alvarez. What was that, 2 weeks ago? Was that a week ago or 2 weeks ago? Now, Omaha's Mayor John Ewing just released a full statement acknowledging he's aware of the incident and he's promised to ensure the impending internal investigation will be thorough and transparent. Mayor Ewing is asking members of the community to try to remember the triumphant spectacle of the parade yesterday instead of focusing simply on the unfortunate circumstances surrounding how it ended. And he says he's committed to make every resident in Omaha feel safe. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Driving while black. In our last story of the day, Jesus God. I don't I don't have the energy. Trina and Trick Daddy find themselves in the news. Now get this. They got honorary doctorates this weekend, y'all. Now it gets better. It gets better. They got an honorary doctorate from a seminary, from Leaders Esteemed Christian Bible University. They received honorary doctorate degrees at a special ceremony in Miami. The seminary was advertising and promoting this. They were advertising this. These are a seminary. Mind you, a lyric to one of their songs together says, make you come back to back like me, lick a nigga nutsack like me, bitch, you don't know now hoe. That is my favorite line from that song. Trina says, make you come back to back like me, lick a nigga nutsack like me, bitch, you don't know now hoe. That's what she said. And you are giving them honorary doctorates from a seminary. I don't understand you people. I don't get it. I don't know what y'all want from me. I just report. Listen. The same Trina who, when she sang on the 1 Minute Man video with Missy, said 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, hell no to please me, you gotta sleep in it. Ow! That was my part, bitch. Hell no to please me, you gotta sleep in it. Ow! I mean, these are the people who a seminary is giving honorary doctorates to. I'm just saying. I don't know. Listen, I don't know, y'all. I have no idea. I just report on the stories. Now, I'm not going to negate the fact that Trick and Trina both, if you live in Miami, are from Miami. They do a lot for the community. They absolutely, both of them, I would never take that from them. They do a lot. They're not one of those not giving back to the community. Both of them do a ass load of community and have done it for decades now. Have given back to the Black community in Miami-Dade County for decades now. Both of them have. But that does not negate the fact that this is a whole ass seminary. And y'all are giving them honorary doctorates. I don't know what y'all want from me. Hey, Jay Parrish. Baby, I don't know, Demetria. I don't have no answers. You done missed the whole wig moment, Ravine. We already had it. Listen, I don't know. They're going to start making y'all call them Dr. Trick Daddy and Dr. Trina like raggedy ass Dorinda Clark Cole. Say call her Dr. Cole because she got an honorary doctorate from somewhere. You ain't earned no doctorate degree nowhere in America. You got an honorary doctorate. Talk about you better call me Dr. Cole. If you don't go sit your ass down, Dodo, I'm sorry, I got mad about that. Those of us with actual doctorates that we have earned sometimes have issues with that. No, they really do. Now, I ain't saying she'll be giving back shots either, but they do. They donate to the community. They donate to charity. They are always having back to school drives, turkey drives. They give to the homeless. Both of them, I will absolutely. I'm not gonna lie on them. They both give back to the Miami-Dade County community a lot. A lot. John Dorinda ain't got no real doctorate. She got an honorary doctorate when she went. And it was one of those. It was one of those for pay Christian seminaries. I don't have no faith in no more seminaries. Y'all gave an honorary doctorate to a bitch who say, make it come back to back like me, lick a nigga nut sack like me, bitch, you'll know damn hole. That's who y'all giving honorary doctorates with. So don't tell me shit. Hey, Terrence. I'm just saying. Was this the same seminary that gave an honorary doctorate to Dorinda? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. So, you know what? This is how I know it's time. I'm so glad this is the last story in the dossier. God be with us. Now she said seminary, not seminary. Seminary. I'm not doing this with y'all today. Lord. Lord. Jesus be with us. I got to get y'all out of here and get y'all over to Really Be. She gonna cuss me out. And I know Ravine finna go over there down to the Really Be and try tell on me. Listen, that's the dossier for today. We got to get out of here, y'all. Listen, did you enjoy yourselves? If you enjoyed yourself today, put a Shondo in the chat and let your boy know that you enjoyed yourself today. For those that would like to donate to the platform, you can do so here. You can. You could do so right there. Let me have both of them up there. Okay. You could do so right there and donate to the platform. You can. We do hard work over here. We put in work. Anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank y'all. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged. They're much appreciated. I'm about to get out of here. I got to get y'all over to Really Be because I done made y'all late for class. If you ain't done so already before you leave, make sure you hit the like button and share. Let the people know we was here clowning. And we'll be back at it again tomorrow. Well, that's all I have for you all. Until tomorrow. Until tomorrow. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.